Is Chernobyl still being cleaned up? Have you ever wondered what happens to a place after a nuclear disaster? Chernobyl is a prime example of a site that is still undergoing cleanup decades after the catastrophic event in 1986. The area remains highly radioactive, especially around the ruins of the reactor, which still contain molten core material and a significant amount of hazardous radioactive waste. Cleanup efforts are focused on stabilizing and dismantling the damaged reactor structures while managing the radioactive materials to reduce risks to both the environment and human health. The original shelter, often referred to as the sarcophagus, was built right after the accident to contain the radioactive remains. However, over time, this structure has become unstable. To tackle this issue, a massive structure called the new Safe Confinement has been constructed and placed over the old shelter. This sealed building allows engineers to remotely dismantle the unstable original shelter and safely remove the most dangerous materials inside the reactor building. It also enables the characterization, compaction, and packaging of radioactive waste for disposal, which is essential for eliminating the nuclear hazard at the site. The cleanup and dismantling work is complex and carries high risks. It requires specialized skills and remote handling techniques to minimize radiation exposure for workers. The license for storing radioactive waste within the shelter has been extended to 2029, with deadlines set for dismantling unstable structures by that year. This ongoing work involves a small number of highly trained personnel operating in hazardous conditions, showcasing the nature of high-risk jobs in environmental hazards and toxic waste management. Beyond the reactor site, the broader exclusion zone around Chernobyl remains contaminated. Cleanup efforts also include managing contaminated water, storing radioactive waste, and monitoring environmental radiation. The area is largely uninhabited due to the persistent contamination, and the cleanup process is expected to continue for many years. From the perspective of high-risk professions, the Chernobyl cleanup represents one of the most dangerous and technically challenging jobs in environmental hazard management. Workers, often called liquidators, have historically included firefighters, soldiers, miners, and specialized engineers. They face extreme risks from radiation exposure while performing demanding and precise tasks. The use of remote-controlled technology and drones is becoming increasingly important to reduce human risk in this ongoing cleanup operation. In summary, Chernobyl is still being cleaned up through a combination of structural stabilization, remote dismantling, radioactive waste management, and environmental monitoring. The cleanup efforts are expected to continue well into the late 2020s and beyond, reflecting the commitment to managing one of the world's most severe nuclear disasters.